I want to show you how the understanding of the swelling tongue in clinically. First of all, I just try to explain the map of the tongue first. Okay, the tip is heart. As you know, upper part is, the front part will be lung, and also side part is the liver or gallbladder. And root part, there will be the lower jaw, which means the kidney, liver, not the liver, UV, the intestines, which is small intestine, large intestine, and uterus too. All these are located at this area. Sometimes the small intestine also matching with the heart, and then the small intestine also cause of the something problem in the tibia area too, especially the small intestine access heat condition. And also the middle portion, that is the spleen and stomach. So this is one of picture with the tongue, but when you're understanding of the swelling of the tongue, think about something. It means something goes into the tongue body that make a swollen tongue. The first one, fluid. And also another one, there will be the blood also can flow into the tongue body, and tongue body becomes to be swollen. Okay, when fluid flow into the tongue body, that make what? Pale tongue body color. And how about the blood goes into the tongue body and make red tongue body color. Okay, in the pattern of the disease, mostly pale. This is more often seen in the cold condition. And how about the redness? This is more often seen in the heat condition too. And this is more related with the deficiency too. And think about this way: the pale is kind of the yin type of the disorder with the coldness, and cold, this kind of the yin. And how about the red or heat? This kind of the yang. So yin and yang exactly matching together, which means exactly opposite each other. So we can think about this way: the red tongue, there's most of the book they don't use it the axis at here, but it should be axis mostly in this part, because the deficiency is usually appeared from the tongue of the pale tongue mostly, and access usually from the red tongue body mostly. So anyway, so there's a red tongue with scanty coat, there will be deficiency. So that's why the most of the book or textbook they only use it to heat only, but I do like to put the access because it is exactly matching or opposite. Okay, think about this way: something goes in that make a swelling of or enlargement of the tongue body size. Okay, and we have to think about one more thing in channel which reach to the tongue. So first one, primary channel. Among the primary channel, there's a spleen and kidney. Only two channels reach to the tongue body. Especially spleen goes to the tongue body generally, especially under spread under the beneath of the tongue. How about the kidney? It goes to the root area only. And how about the low connecting? Among the low channel, which is the collateral channel, there's only one which is the heart low connecting channel, which to the tongue body part. And another one is a divergent channel. Divergent channel. Among the divergent channel, there's also spleen and kidney goes to the tongue area. And another one is the muscular channel. There's senjang and UV. Muscular channel goes to the tongue area. And other which is the extra channel, there's nothing. And also cutaneous. From the skin layer, there's also nothing reach to the tongue area. So we have only 6 different channel theory, but among the 6 different channel, there's only 4 that related with tongue directly. But among these four, we have to think about one more thing. This 1, 2, 3, all these are provide the pathway for the channel qi flow into the tongue. I mean, these are the main pathway for circulation of the qi and blood in our body. How about the muscular channel? Muscular channel is not directly gives to or provide the pathway for the qi and blood circulation. It mostly receive the energy from these channel, and then procedures the movement. So this is not main pathway for the circulation of the qi and blood. Okay, so which one is directly related with the tongue? These three. In same time, it provide or provide the pathway for the blood and fluid, the flow into the tongue body part. Okay, so we can combine some more thing with this case under this thing. The which organ involves to the circulation of the body fluid? Mostly upper jaw, lung, and middle jaw, spleen, and lower jaw, kidney. And additionally, there's a pathway of the water that will be sent out. So among the 5 jiang and 6 fu organ, or 6 jiang, 6 fu, there's only 4 directly related with the circulation of the body fluid. It means one of these organ or these organ usually the transport body fluid to the tongue body mostly. But among these 4, which one exactly or directly the provide or the inverse to circulation of the blood, of the circulation of the fluid into the tongue body, it might be one of that. I mean the spleen, kidney, heart. Only these 3 has a direct pathway or direct the connection to the tongue body. So in same time, we see inverse to fluid circulation, the which one? The common thing between these 2, that will be spleen or kidney, right? Which means involved to fluid circulation and also has a direct pathway or direct the load to connect to the tongue. That will be spleen and kidney only. So these 2 is directly involved to the circulation of the body fluid in the tongue. And another one is blood circulation. In blood circulation, what organ actually related with the blood circulation? There's a heart and also liver. Heart can pump the blood, and liver usually regulate amount of the blood into the vessel, and also it involves circulation of the blood too by the free flow of qi function. And another one is spleen, which is holding the blood into the vessel without the bleeding. And there's another one is lung. Lung also provides qi to the heart, which is zhong qi or pectoral qi, which is support the heart function, especially pumping out the blood. Which means these 4 organs directly involved to blood circulation. And among these 4, which one has direct connection to the tongue? There's 2 things, which is the heart and spleen, right? So there's a heart and spleen, which is related with the blood, right? So if who has a pale swollen tongue, if someone has a pale swollen tongue, usually that from the spleen or kidney yang deficiency, or spleen yang deficiency, kidney yang deficiency, one of that usually cause of the pale swollen tongue too. Spleen yang deficiency or kidney yang deficiency. Among these 4, among these 3, which one is main cause of the swelling of the tongue body with the pale tongue color? Mostly spleen and kidney yang deficiency. And between spleen and kidney yang deficiency, kidney yang is more inverse to water circulation in the body. So that's why the kidney yang deficiency also cause of the what? Swelling of the tongue body. But there's a spleen yang also invert to the swelling of the tongue body too, because this one, the spleen is main organ with what? Has the channel which directly spread under the or entered part of the tongue body. So some of book they explain the spleen yang deficiency more often lead to swollen tongue. But how about the kidney yang? It more lead to wet tongue. Okay, well, both are it makes sense, but I strongly believe spleen yang is more often lead to swollen tongue. Anyway, this is one thing. There's another one is what blood related thing. I mean, who has a red tongue, red and swollen tongue. Red and swollen tongue usually from the what? This is from excess heat, which push up the blood toward the what? Tongue area. So which organs heat? It cause of the red swollen tongue mostly heart and spleen. Excess heat mostly cause of the what? The red and swollen tongue. It means what? Heart excess heat or spleen excess heat too. Among these four, the most of the reason these two organs excess heat is cause of the what? The red swollen tongue with the mouth full, I mean the very huge and the big tongue, and also there's another one will be heart excess heat. So these two it shows to it the good example how related with the tongue and channel. Okay, by extension we can the matching with another one. Mostly certain part of the certain area of the tongue has swollen. For example, the swollen of tongue in the side of the area of the tongue, mostly it related with the liver and gallbladder. But there's another one, spleen also in birth. But anyway, the mostly liver and gallbladder in birth, or front part of the tongue has swollen, that mostly related with the lung. There's two different things. The lung in birth, there's excess type and deficient type. And also liver in birth, there's excess type, and also spleen, the side part is the swollen, usually from the deficiency too, especially spleen related. Okay, by extension we discuss later. Okay, thanks a lot.